Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Not Minding My Own Business. I am your estate planning and elder law attorney, Russell Farbiars, and I am joined today by Lisa Balthaser of Fleur de Lisa Solutions. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
I love it. I love the name. Uh, so Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. So we were chatting a little bit before we got started because you've sort of been leaning in to some marketing automation and AI, and I really want to talk about that. But before we do that, why don't you introduce yourself for our guests? Tell everyone what you do.
Okay, so I'm a business coach, consultant, and marketing automation expert. I do partner with a marketing automation company. And so I help people grow and scale online and create recurring revenue with some of the tools and techniques that are specific to the industry.
Wonderful. So you said that you partner with a marketing automation company. So talk to me a little bit about what marketing automation is and how it helps businesses.
Okay, well, so automation can be a lot of things. It can be um, scheduling posts out just to go out to social media. And a lot of people do use that type of automation. But the automation company that I'm working with is a lot of the email aspect, the follow-up, the lead gen, and all of those things can be automated. And when you really segment those things down, you can really build a really quality relationship with your potential clients because you're really talking their language.
Right. And so you're talking about email sequences and
Mhm.
maybe text sequences and whatnot.
Yeah, we have all of that. I have all of that at my fingertips. And
Yep.
also like the company that I work for, there's also a an aspect of the app where you can download it to your phone, and you don't even have to have somebody's business card. You just scan it, it goes right into the
Yeah.
contacts.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I've seen this in action, with the scanning of the phones. It's sort of a neat technology that you can just sort of get your information into someone's phone by essentially like a tap. Um,
Yeah, no more shoe boxes of business cards.
No, I mean I still collect business cards, but we once we get them into our CRM system, there really isn't any function to them anymore. We're not. I don't have like the Rolodex that I'm flipping through the way it would have been,
Right.
decades ago. Well, that's great. So does your company draft or write these email sequences, or do you just work on the automation side?
So the way I help people as a partner, I have the ability to actually create my own programs using the technology as part of my program. So I do offer services where I'm actually helping people. And with the automation software, there is also like you can create certain sequences using their automation, their AI product, because they have you put certain things in and it really spits out a quality email specific to whatever you put in. And I do use that. I also do use other AI to create those email sequences.
Well, I think we have to talk about the gorilla in the room, which is Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
Because we're sort of, I'm sure that that's the something you're using to generate these. So tell me how has the AI helped your business and how has it hurt your business?
I honestly don't see how it's hurt my business at all. It is an amazing technology, and ChatGPT is my go-to. There's a lot of different AI softwares out there, and there's a lot of really good ones. Like Quillbot also is very good. And I've been actually using Quillbot instead of Grammarly because it actually is a little bit better. I hate to say it. Oh, I hope there's nothing. I hope there's no repercussions for that, but but I actually find it to be a little bit better because in order to get some of the sentences, you have to pay for Grammarly, but Quillbot does it automatically. I love it. But with ChatGPT, how it's helped my business, it allows me to get things done in a fraction of the time. And I'm talking like it's a big difference. So it allows me to actually get more done, spend more times with my clients, and be able to create better programs for them. And as soon as this came out, I did create a program that actually encompasses all of the AI in the program. So I'm helping people with the same things, but we're infusing the AI technology. So it allowed me to actually create that and help my clients to actually level up using the technology.
So what sort of program are you running that's helping clients do this?
Okay, so I have a coaching program called Business Growth with AI, or actually it's Accelerate Your Business Growth with AI. And with that program, I'm helping people do all the things. But in the program, we're going through each of those things one by one, because you can only do but so much at a time.
Mhm.
And we're looking at how we can use the AI technology to make it better, such as landing pages. I just did a training on landing pages and how to use the AI technology to actually create a fantastic landing page. And I did that training in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we actually put a whole landing page together in that time, using the technology. And it's here's the thing with the AI, it's going to have the keywords in it because you're plugging in exactly what you want.
Right. Now, the way I've talked about AI is particularly things like Chat GPT is that it's 80% done, but that 80% gets you a huge way there. And if you only have to do that last 20%, that takes 3 hours and maybe makes it a half an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Big deal.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a big deal. It's a huge deal especially for entrepreneurs and smaller business owners, because they don't have the manpower unless they can hire out. It really, really can be a significant change in their business for the good.
right. And that's, I think it definitely helps with leveling the playing field, because now as a small business, you can leverage similar tools that a larger business can level.
Yes.
And
Yes. And that's how I've been promoting it, because it really, it's amazing.
so what other services other than AI coaching are you providing to your clients?
So with the coaching, Accelerate Your Business Growth with AI, we're infusing the AI into all the things. But what I help people do in that program is to actually get more visibility, get more engagement, create their freebies and their funnel and their signature offer, and all the way up to the launching process. So I'm helping them with all of those things, but we're just infusing the AI into it.
Okay. And you said you're also helping clients with recurring revenue, or as I once heard someone call it, revenue on repeat.
Yes.
So what sort of products or services are you seeing working really well in that recurring revenue space?
Right. So a lot of coaches, so I mostly help coaches, course creators, online service providers, service-based business owners. I do have other people that sell products though, and you can do the same thing. You just have to think a little differently. But what I help them to do is to create programs that they're not always chasing the sale. Like a lot of coaches do one-on-one coaching. Well, there's only but so much you can do with one-on-one coaching, and then you got to go find a new client. So what I teach them is how to create a program that will allow them to have that recurring revenue coming in consistently, because they can add clients at any time. They don't have to be at a specific place to be there, because it's not they're starting and there's no start and end point. It's a model that allows them to bring people in anytime.
Right. You almost need something that people can access on their own without always needing your intervention, so that,
Right.
because otherwise, when you're coaching people, there's only so many hours in the day.
Right. And then you're limited for your income. But when you're able to have that group coaching program that allows you to bring people in anytime. You can launch a couple times a year and bring people in, but even when you're not launching, you can bring people into the program. And it's set up in a way that they get personalized coaching within the program, but they also have access to your database of trainings for what they need at that moment.
Right, right. That makes complete sense. Oh wow. I have to say, I remember you did a presentation at my Rotary Club maybe 10 years ago on social media.
Yeah.
And I remember this because I walked from the Rotary meeting back to my office and immediately started setting up social media because you had inspired me.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's come such a long way since then. So what do you see as the trends in marketing on social media these days?
Well, right now, AI is that's the
Mhm.
hot button topic. I mean, everywhere within every business, that is the hot button topic. But also, there's a lot of use in automation right now. Automation is actually also a hot topic because I think we realized when other people came with the pandemic, more people came into the marketplace online. And what happened is the competition increased and it was just harder and harder to be seen. So what happened is people were working harder, but they were getting less for what they were doing. And I think that's why automation really kind of stepped up its game and said, hey, you need this. And that's one of the reasons that I'm helping people with that now, because social media, it is a lot harder to get seen on there. But if you have some of the things automated, you can do the other things that allow you to be seen. So automation, AI, and the third thing that I would say right now is micro influencers. And micro influencers, people use the big influencers like, say, Beyonce or some, that's the first one that came to my head,
Mhm.
to promote their products. But the thing is, if you're an entrepreneur or small business owner, you don't need a huge audience. You just need a different audience than what you have. So when you use a micro influencer, which would be somebody that, say, maybe they only have like 5,000 people that they're promoting to, but it's 5,000 people that are not your people.
Right.
So that kind of thing is really big right now, and affiliate marketing. So I know I have affiliates for my programs, and affiliate marketing can really help out also.
Yeah, I can imagine that it would, because you have someone out there who's selling your product for you or your program for you. Now they're getting a fee for doing that, but they're getting it in front of someone that you wouldn't have gotten in front of on your own. So there's
Right.
the
And
value to that.
yeah, and depending on my programs, I have a very handsome fee schedule for the people that promote it, because all my traffic is not coming from there. So I can offer them a very handsome reward for bringing somebody in, because I'm still getting people from other places.
Yeah, then that makes a ton of sense. So so AI sort of can be somewhat controversial, because whenever I think of AI, I think of the Terminator movies in the 90s. You know, and I'm just waiting for, some liquefied machine to show up and take over. But in reality, is there really any danger of using AI in this context?
So I actually, when I first started promoting this, I had a couple people actually say to me, I'd be interested. I'm really nervous about using AI. I really don't want to put my info into AI. So here's the deal. Here's the way I see it. And this is just my opinion. So you already are using a phone. Okay. Your phone is more than likely listening to everything that you're saying. Okay. You are already feeding the monster.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's no different if you're going into, say, Chat GPT, and you're putting certain information in there, because they're already getting it from your phone. The the thing with the AI technology and the way I'm using it is I'm not, I mean, you could potentially do something bad with it. Yes, that is a possibility. And I think that topic has been addressed by several huge influencers. But the way I'm using it very ethically. So for my business and the way I'm teaching my clients to use it is to generate ideas. Idea generation is huge. I have so many people come to me and they're like, I don't know what to talk about on my live videos. I don't know what to write on a social media post. And I am showing them how to use this software to actually never run out of content, always have a great engaging content. So for them, it's extremely helpful. And plus, you can use it to do out. I use it for outlines. I have outlined multiple courses with it and programs. And here's the thing. The courses are still mine and the content is still mine. It's just the ideas that are coming from the software.
Well, it's helping you formulate the ideas. I don't even say that the ideas are, because you're putting the input in to generate the content that's coming back out.
Yeah.
So I think it just sort of helps you get there.
Yeah, it's so much faster because if I had to think about, I mean, I'm just going to give you an example. If I am putting together a 12-month program, for instance, that's a lot of work and you have to really think it through. But what the AI can help you with is to put it together in a systematic way that makes sense and it flows. And you don't really have to give it a thought other than to look at it and make sure it makes sense. And
Right.
then you go ahead and create the content that goes into the program. So it's been extremely beneficial for me and for my clients.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've played around with it myself, and you can really generate some content relatively quickly. But like I said before, it's 80% done when it comes
Yep.
out of there, and you've got to put in the extra 20% of work.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
Lisa, let's talk a little bit about you. I know you spent some time in Philly, but you grew up in the Berks County area,
I did.
and you're now back in Berks County. So what is it about Berks County that is special for you?
Well, I did grow up here, so it's always going to have a place in my heart. And I feel like, and I've always felt like, because I used to run a networking group here also. When I lived in Philly, I ran the networking group here. And I feel like there is so much business potential here that is untapped. Um, and for a while I was finding really hard to find like really good networking spots, but there's so many entrepreneurs and business owners now. And I just feel like, Berks can have an extremely thriving community. And I think it already does in many ways, but I think it can be even better. But we just have to really look at it and put those things in place. I know the town I grew up in, Hamburg, um, has changed significantly since when I
Mhm.
grew up there. And I love some of the things. They're actually starting some kind of a business hub up there that I want to be involved in. And I'm excited about that. And, it's those kind of things that, really create the community and the opportunities for the business owners.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, I came to Hamburg in 2009, 2008, somewhere around there, and I can tell you that I've seen a dramatic transformation in that time period. It's definitely changing in some positive ways.
Mhm.
And I think that eh, I agree with you that focusing on small businesses is the way to go. So you grew up in the Hamburg area. What is your favorite spot in the Hamburg area for recreation?
That's tough. That's tough because I haven't had a chance to explore some of them, but I want to explore Bartram Trail a little bit more. I haven't actually, I mean, I know where it is and I've been at
Right.
the part of it that's near the park, but I haven't had a chance to actually walk the trail.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be a great experience. there's a lot of nature and a lot of outdoor activities
Mhm.
uh, in the area, so that certainly helps. What is your favorite restaurant in the area?
Um, well, in Berks
Yeah,
or in Hamburg? So,
I'll give you Berks because Hamburg. There's only a couple of choices.
yeah, there are, but there's some good ones there
There
too.
are good ones.
Um, so for me, I actually just spent the past 25 years in Philadelphia, so I tend to like ethnic food. Um, so for me, Indian food is some of my favorite. So I do like there's two Indian restaurants, and I don't know that one is necessarily better than the other. They're both good, and that would be my answer to that question.
Yes, and I know what you mean. And I know what you mean. There's two, um, and they are both good in their own ways. And
Mhm.
they're pretty much right across the street from each other
Pretty
too.
much. Yeah, pretty much. I know when I went there, one time I went there on a weekend. I went to one of them. I'm not going to say
Mhm.
which one.
Yeah.
And it was lined up out the door, and it was like a long wait. And I was like, and there were a whole bunch of people waiting. And I was there by myself. I was actually taking myself out to dinner. And there was these two other girls, and we looked at each other, and we both like we didn't say anything, but we went out the door at the same time. And I said, "Are you going over to the other one right now?" And we both went over to the other one. We sat next to it. It was so funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. So, is there something about what you do that people aren't aware of that you think they should be aware of?
Hmm. Sometimes I don't think that people are aware that I like my title is business coach, consultant, and marketing automation expert. But what that encompasses is like pretty much everything digital marketing, and it includes social media. So sometimes people don't realize that I actually help people with visibility, and just basic social media things such as their profiles and things like that. I actually teach that in my programs, but since I don't really talk specifically about it anymore, and as you alluded to earlier, I did really start out in the social media realm before I added all of the other things such as coaching and all that. I did a lot of that since COVID. I actually went back for my coaching certification and became a Keep certified partner and all the things within the past several years because I really saw the need to make that change.
It makes complete sense. I mean, you've certainly broadened your breadth of expertise, which is only going to help your clients
Mhm.
as you move forward. Uh, if any of our listeners are looking to learn more about the programs that you offer, where can they do that?
Well, I actually have two different websites, and they're kind of they lean towards different people. So, um, I have Fleur de Lisa Solutions, which is my main website, and that website is really um geared more towards the coaching aspect. And then I have another website, lisabalthaser.store, and that one is where I have a lot of courses and things like that residing. And I also have some lower end programs. So if you would want to work with me on a lower end program where you do actually still get the personalized service in all of my programs, because I do believe in that.
Mhm.
um that would be the place to look. But I mean, you can schedule a call with me anywhere if you want to talk to me.
Wonderful. And the bottom of your screen, it says warmly.ai/Lisa Balthaser. So what is Warmly?
Oh, that is the whole reason you see this the on the top left
Oh,
there. Yeah, that is it's actually part of Zoom.
oh, is that what Warmly is? You see,
And it's one of the apps that are available through Zoom right now. And I actually use another one to actually record most of my meetings too.
yeah, all at one point, all of these app buttons showed up on the right-hand side of Zoom, and I had no idea what they were. And so,
Well, there's me. I like to experiment. So
yeah.
I'm in the middle, excuse me a second. I'm in the middle of a networking call. I got something in my throat. I'm in the middle of a networking call and I see all the buttons over there and I start pushing them to see what they do. And it was so embarrassing because I forget what happened. I was like, oh my gosh. And then all of the things on my screen started changing. Like I added that up there. As a matter of fact, I have to really figure out how to get that off of there. This is on there all the time. So, but there's other ones where you can create like, I'm just gonna put it out there. The background that I have right now is one of the apps.
Oh, okay.
There's an app that you can get some really great backgrounds from that are high quality. And if you want to look professional on, the only bad thing is, if you don't have a green screen, you get the kind of weird stuff going on.
Yeah. You can't really move,
Right.
otherwise it looks a little strange, but
Yeah.
well, Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us, and certainly, I hope that some of our listeners will go check out your stuff on your websites.
Oh, it's great to be here. I enjoyed seeing you again, Russell.
You too.